Yeah.
Welcome to The Real Cosmic Joke. I'm just realizing our sign is cut off. Do you care?
I don't care. Do you?
Okay.
Do you think the audience does not care?
You guys,
If you've made
do you guys care that our sign's cut off right now?
Pull us right now.
Just kidding. Okay. Well, we were just talking about something, and I'm just gonna call you out right now, Baytop.
Oh my god.
We were just talking about something, and I'm like, you need to share this. This is like so sweet.
She just wants me crying on all these podcasts.
I don't.
I go home and I'm like, oh, that was a lot of emotion. Yeah, I don't know if I can just replicate the emotion I just had, but I mean,
you don't need to cry. It was just a beautiful conversation.
Well, the crying is the truth that just comes out. It's just like divine truth. And what I have just witnessed lately is, a few weeks ago, I had like this really intense struggle, I'm done with these patterns I've created. I'm done. I'm so fucking done. I'm done living a hard life. I'm done with every issue I've had, and I'm just over it. It's enough. I've reached a point of enough. In those moments, I realized I had to shift who's around me, what I'm doing, everything, and really go inwards. And if I'm really honest, I do love my life, and I think my whole life has been quite hard.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge over and over and over again. And at some point it's just wow, is there ever a break?
Yeah.
And it feels like I've never really breathed. I've never been able to breathe.
Yeah.
Even in this last year, I've had my bills covered and whatnot, and that has been really beautiful and helping my nervous system. I'm super grateful for that. But it still feels like there's this heaviness of everything else in life coming at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
it's a limbo energy?
Oh, it's a limbo. It's limbo.
Because what you said something about you do feel like this energy, it's here.
Yeah, so I was hanging out with Jalynn last night, and we watched a movie with her kids. And
Wild Robot, it's so good.
Yeah, and I just left, and I was just crying, and I was like, wow, this dream life I've always wanted, this ability to co-create with my girlfriends and to just build these beautiful things and to be so fully supportive of each other. This is a life I've always desired. And last night was just this reminder of wow, it's happening and it's almost here. And I'm praying to God. I'm thank you, God. And now I see why all the challenges. And we always know that the challenges are to make us better, but it's when is that?
But when you're in the middle of it, you don't need to be reminded of that. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
I want to be good, it's coming. It's fine. Stop crying.
Stop crying. And it feels like it's right there, a month away.
Yeah. And I'm feeling the same energy. Obviously, we've been through different experiences, but I feel like I'm in my heart right now too, with every aspect of life. I don't feel like and I was crying to Sandra last night about this, talking to him about everything. There's not one thing in my life that feels easy right now. Parenting, my marriage, work, how I'm supporting myself. I'm there is not one thing that feels easy to me right now, except for the podcast.
Yeah.
That's it. And so it's just but then I feel this limbo energy. I don't know how to explain it. I have this just very anxious-y energy, but not in a negative way. It's more of a giddy anxious.
Yeah.
That I feel like something's coming. I truly, deep in my bones, I'm something is coming.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know because I don't have direction. I don't know where I'm going to end up. And I want to do what's going to bring me joy and fulfill me, but also that's going to serve the collective.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just feel like something's coming that's going to support me financially, that I'm going to be able to give back.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that looks like because I don't have a spiritual gift yet. That could be coming, who knows? But it's just, it's hard to know.
Your intuition.
Yeah, but how do you make a business out of that? You know what I mean?
Through a podcast. No, I'm just kidding. We're there's no expectations with this podcast.
No.
It just is, whoever listens to it. It's just going to be. But that intuition is the creation of the new world.
Totally. And I think that's for me though. I don't think my intuition is for necessarily others. Does that make sense? For me to help others?
But I feel like it is. You just speaking on this podcast, I've had so many friends reach out to me and just say they resonated with your story.
Oh, thank you. I think more what I'm saying, I'm here. It's been so profound and so like feeding it into me that I'm here to share my journey. So when I go to try and learn things or get certifications or, I mean, I have all these certifications hanging up in front of us, but the funny thing is like that information does not activate or stick in me. And the message I keep getting is like, stop getting certifications. You don't need them. You're here to share to teach others through sharing your experience. And so I know I've said this, but like I've been shown even some of the sickness and the things that I experience are going to be to show others how to move through it. And that's it. So I'm like, I don't know what's coming, but it
Yeah,
does feel
it's a
exciting.
limbo. It's not hard as in I'm crying on well, sometimes I do, but not the bathroom floor. Usually it's like the bedroom floor. But it's not hard in the thing that used to be hard, right? Like
Yeah.
addiction and being homeless, like that was hard,
Yeah.
hard.
It's kind of like that
This
saying
is
that's
like
like choose your hard.
yeah, this is like a different hard. I would much rather choose whatever this hard is
Yeah.
than like that hard, but
Yeah.
it's still like, oh, yeah, it's that limbo. And also, I just realized, and you probably told me this, I forgot, but we're both Reiki certified. And I would say, do not ever trust me to give you Reiki. So if you come after me, I'm Reiki certified and I should never be giving you Reiki.
Yeah, I'm not going to give anyone, I'm not
Yeah.
doing energy work on anyone, but
No.
I'd not closed off to it, like maybe activating later on down the road.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But I'm using these things. Now I know the things that I'm drawn to are for me, like for
Yes.
my
For your
knowledge,
internal growth.
not for me to create a business with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least right now. So it's interesting. And I think there's the energy that we're talking about. I think there's a real surrender in that because we're in the surrender stage.
Yeah. We're in
Because
the
it
surrender.
feels like we don't have control over a lot of things right now. Do you feel that way? Because I feel that way.
Yeah. I feel like month to month, I'm just kind of like,
trying to survive.
yeah.
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 And I don't feel like I have control over like even I know this sounds really weird. I've always felt like I've had control over my life and my finances and I'm a control freak and I'm really learning to surrender to that because as much as I show up, it's like everything is like pushing me away. Like social media and all these things. It's like, nope, this is not what you're supposed to be doing right now. Or
do you think there's a bigger lesson that's wanting to come out
oh,
through
I'm
you?
sure.
Like, have you? But you peekaboo, what's up, motherfucker?
That's literally though.
What's up?
Or the Jack in the Box that scares the shit out of you.
Oh my gosh! Hey, you think you're doing good? But yeah, I keep thinking is social media the future, and the current version is not. And then also there's like these lessons because it is a portfolio of our vulnerability.
Yeah.
And so there's some hard conversations that I know you had this week on them, and it's challenging, and I think what I've noticed just last week in one interaction I had that was not positive on social media, I just was like, oh wow, this is a timeline of hurt, and I get to be the healer just in my non-reaction to them.
Oh, I like that. I like that perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm adopting that.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Thanks.
And then if I really want to vent, I'll screenshot it and send it to you and be like, and then like, and
Just
then you check me.
Vent to Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Like Chat GPT, this person's being mean to me. They'll be like, oh, let me give you some advice. Go ground.
Yeah. So tell us what have you been experiencing this week?
I am in full surrender with my husband and his job. I mean, he's in the same place as us. Like, what am I doing? What's next? Do I want to be where I'm at? And he's currently on not a 7-day, like a 5-day work trip. And he said he's gotten clarity. I do not know what that means yet. And obviously I'm not going to like share a bunch of his stuff on here because he's not here to like share that. But what I'm telling you, like everything feels unstable in my life right now. I shit you not. It feels like before an earthquake. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And like a safe earthquake, things are about to get shaken up and then we're going to see where things land. And so I'm just in full surrender. And that's what I'm trying to remind myself. But I think, being solo parenting for 5 days, I feel a little delulu right now. And I haven't worked in 3 days. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting to my breaking point, but he's going to be here tonight. So it all will be well. So shout out to all you single moms. You are honestly superheroes in my eyes.
Yeah.
Honestly, super freaking heroes.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard journey to be a single mom.
Yeah. So,
Single parent.
yeah. So I think we're moving from it's an interesting energy to be in. Tell me if you feel this way. Like one day I'll go from I'm going to homeschool, like I want to be in charge of my kids like schooling in future, and the next day I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I could never. Like who am I kidding?" Like that
Yeah.
would not be good for my mental health, which would in turn not be good for them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's literally on a day it feels like a daily basis. I'm switching back and forth between things with my kids, things with my husband, things with work. It's like I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is a weird energy to be in." I don't feel
Yeah.
certain about anything. It's literally like this teeter-totter of like, "Oh, everything's beautiful," and then go down, I'm like, "Oh, everything sucks." It's like it really feels like a
Can you
teeter-totter
just
to me right
balance?
now.
Can you balance out?
Yeah, and recently I let go of my assistant and that sucked, and just, financial, just trying to make adult decisions and like backing off of some things. I'm not in a financial place that I thought I was going to be
Mm.
at all, ever. So that's been interesting. And this is really vulnerable. I hate talking about money and I feel like it's so taboo. But I also feel like it's good to share these things because I know other people can relate of just, you know, I mean, Sandra and I always talked about like when we were 45, we were going to retire. Like that was our goal. And like right now, we are on track for nothing,
Yeah.
like opposite of retiring. So I've just looked back on the last 9 years, and I've had very like successful businesses, and I really thought we were going to live in our dream house at this point and like have everything we wanted. And I'm not just talking about like material things, that like I thought we would be traveling and doing all these things. And this last year, I looked at our goal sheet. So we made family goals together. Like January
Mm.
1st, we wrote down all our goals. I found the paper right before this last year ended, like in December, and I was dying laughing because all of our goals, even my kids' goals, we did not do any of
Oh
them.
my gosh.
Like Char was like, I'm gonna oh, I don't know if I should share this. I don't know. Is it weird to share kids' personal things on here? Maybe I shouldn't do
Maybe
that.
keep that one.
Yeah, I'm keeping that to myself. Okay. Rewinding.
Rewind.
Um, so yeah, none of us hit any of our goals. Like not
Sure.
even my kids.
Wow.
And I thought that was hilarious. I was laughing though. I'm like, we are nowhere. Like I think we went backwards. Like we doubled down in the negative of our
Yeah.
goals. And you just have to laugh about it because it's like the thing is I am really good. Something that I feel like is a gift of mine is I can back up and see a bigger perspective.
Mhm.
So I'm like, there must be something really awesome coming. I'm not like stuck in the mud necessarily, but it does get frustrating some days when I'm like, oh my gosh, what is next? Like
Yeah.
I don't know what's next. And there is a dance between surrendering and like control and surrendering and like being proactive, and it's such a
It's
dance.
it's a cosmic dance.
A cosmic dance. I see what you did there.
I resonate a lot with that, and I think it's so complex too because sometimes I have my visions and like what I've been told I'm here to do,
Yeah.
and for me like the root of what I'm here to do is invest in consciousness. And like
Yeah.
what does investment look like? Is it just energy, and is it eventually money too, and is
Yeah.
money even going to
And
exist, or
time.
time? Yeah, and so that one like mind fucks me a lot because when I'm like, well, I just want to do this simple thing, and the universe is like, well, that's probably not the path. And don't forget, I'm like, but what do you want me to know? What do you really want me to know?
We need punching
We
bags.
need, yeah,
Does that feel nice? That was the first thing that came to my mind.
little we pull it down from the ceiling.
Punch it.
That would be funny. I think one of the things I decided was while I love men to death, I think a lot of the male energy in even the awakening process is a bit behind the feminine energy, and I've talked about that before. But I've worked with so many men in my life, like hundreds, if not maybe thousands at this point, because I've
Yeah.
done startups for like everything: startup fundraising, political organizing, startup fundraising, startup the business development, design. Like
Yeah.
I have worked in so many companies and so across so many different industries. And I'm like, can one of them like pay out? Like, can one of them be a success? And I like I guess maybe now a month ago, when I had my like breakdown, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I wanna work with men at this point. Like, I think I
Yeah.
just wanna work with the feminine energy because I've been given this blueprint of the new world, and and there's just something inside the DNA of women that is open to what that new world is, and I was sick of running across people who had 75% of something, but the 25% they were missing,
Yeah.
and I found, like, that women are more receptive to what the new world is, like, this
Yeah.
creation, this new life.
Well, it's 'cause the old world is set up for men,
It's the masculine, it's
and
the
so they're
hierarchy.
gonna be the ones holding on to it for dear life.
Yes, even the spiritual ones, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ugh," and so, I'm like, "You know what, babes, I love you, I gotta go, I'm hanging out with my girls." My life feels like it's amplified times a million just by
Choosing into women.
choosing into women.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm literally in this cradle and, like, we're all, like, birthing through our wombs, like,
Yeah.
this new world together, and it's
Yeah.
so much more inspiring, it's co-creative, it's the first time that I felt like, wow, that shift of whatever's next is, like, right there, like, it could happen by next month.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Women are so
S
powerful. I hope you guys know that.
Yeah, and
And
I
we're gonna be the
mhm,
ones to trigger that masculine energy into change.
exactly.
Like, I really do believe that.
G What are your thoughts on that? Explain more.
I mean oh, what I just said?
Yeah, expand on that, I'd love to hear it.
Well, I can use my relationship as an example, and again, I hate not having Sonder here to give, like, his
Yeah, we
perspective
love Sonder, by the way.
on we'll have to have him on one
Yeah,
time
he's a beautiful
because
human
I
being.
feel like he's the most that I've been around, he is the most conscious and, like, accountable, like, he can take accountability, but when I say I think the feminine is gonna, like, really push that masculine into consciousness and into this new world, I just have seen that in our relationship with me leaving the church and then he eventually followed. I just feel like a lot and I tease him about this all the time because it's like, I'll do something and he's like, that doesn't resonate with me." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And then 6 months later, he's like all on board, you know?
Yeah.
And so I don't think we inspire by pushing or dragging. I think we shine our light and they're like, "Oh, look at this. I'm gonna," and then they're inspired themselves to follow. It's like
Yeah.
we are the example. We activate that energy within them. We cannot force it.
No.
Especially in men are extra stubborn. So with Sonder, I've had to let him like I invite him sometimes, to do certain things or practices or whatever, but I've had to be the example and show up and do the work.
Yep.
And then he witnesses me doing the work.
Mhm.
And then he's like, "Oh, wow." He can see for himself that I've changed and I've evolved and I've grown and all these things. And then he wants in on that.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm not saying, I mean, he still has to show up and do his own work. I'm not giving the credit to me, but I do think that this feminine energy is going to shift the masculine. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think as women, us stepping into our power right now is literally the most important thing that we can do for the men and for
Oof.
our children and for the collective is to step into our power, stop fighting online, like especially
Yeah.
with other women. Like we have to band together. And as soon as the women figure that out,
Oof. Create
unstoppable.
unstoppable, and we've gotta create real solutions, and right now, it's
Yes.
like, go to where your energy is received,
Yeah.
like, deeply received,
Yeah, and I love that.
and,
I feel like a
I
lot of women are having trouble. I know we kinda talked about this in the first, but I think a lot of women are having trouble, like, finding people who are open-minded. At least my community will message me all the time and be where do you find Baytop? Where do you find, like, these friends that you're hanging out with? Like, where do you find your people? And I
yeah.
think you just have to put yourself in situations, you have to call that in, you have to be open. I will say Baytop is like, you're the best person I've ever seen at making
Yeah, I
connections.
just went to a
Like
random person's
and
house
I
this
would never
morning.
you do stuff that I would never in my life do.
I was on the Nextdoor app, and I was like, "Who who wants to play pickleball?" And this person I was like, "This is where I live," and this man's like, "I live in the same neighborhood, and I have a pickleball court in my backyard. Come over." I was like, "Why not? Sure."
I love
So, I'm
that.
in a random dude's backyard. I could get
Like a
kidnapped,
very
killed.
old
Yeah, he was so sweet
and I love
and
that.
inspiring, and it was really beautiful, and he taught me how to play pickleball
That's
more.
such a gift.
But, yeah, so that's my
So put yourself out there if you are bold like Baytop. If you're like me, maybe just put yourself in situations or call in people
yeah.
that you know are going to resonate. I can't I have to do it more. I think my process is a little more slow, but
Well, I think, like, go to Eventbrite, go to Facebook events, like,
yeah.
just do something different. Go, I'm part of the Audubon Society. I love birds. Like I would love to go
I was
bird
like,
watching.
what the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
I go like
Audubon? What's it called?
it's like the bird nonprofit, and they take care and
cool.
rescue birds. Because my first life on planet Earth was a bird, so I'm very connected to birds. I
don't know if everyone's ready for that yet. Just kidding. Past lives.
But go think about something. You care
Yeah.
about women, whereas like the YWCA and I mean a lot of these nonprofits are a bit outdated mindset, if I'm being honest, but what are you passionate about? And just you can find one person. What are you passionate about? Go attend an event, show up authentically,
Yeah.
and you'll meet one person at least.
Yeah, totally.
And if not, oh well.
If not, oh well. I think we live in an age where it's just like you can meet people. Like
Yeah.
online is such a gift. So okay, what else? What else this week?
You started your Parasite.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, can you
I don't
talk
want to
about
talk
that?
about
Oh,
it.
we
Just
don't.
kidding. I'm just
Oh.
kidding. I'm totally kidding. You all of a sudden got like,
I was like, all right, well, it's all over her social media, so
JK.
shit.
Yeah, I'm on day 3 of the soft foods. So I'm prepping to start day 1 tomorrow. And I'm leading a group of like 40 people, which I think is so freaking cool because
Wait, you're leading a group of 40 people?
Yeah, and this is where I feel like
Girl,
my talents come in and like that real change happens. I'm not saying I'm the end all be all and whatever, but 42.
Holy crap.
Okay. But I do think that through community, it's so much more beautiful.
Yeah.
And the message that I sent to them yesterday, which I'll tell you guys as well, like I told them to make the most out of this detox just to be prepared and be in full surrender to their body, mind, and spirit. Because when you're detoxing, this is every day. I mean, our bodies are constantly detoxing. So this applies to everyone. Being intentional with what you're doing and what's coming up and surrendering to the experience. And I told them they're going to get so much out of this if they surrender into it. So a couple of people were worried about cutting out caffeine, right? And stressed about the headache and all that fun stuff that comes with like going cold turkey with caffeine. And my advice was like, okay, well, if this is like such the American way, if our body's tired, instead of going and resting, what do? We jack ourselves up with caffeine. Yeah. If we are sad, we go and comfort ourselves with food or alcohol, or instead of sitting with our feelings. And so I told them, like, you guys will get so much out of this by surrendering into the experience. And if there's an uncomfortable feeling that comes up, I want you to sit with it and not go try it and like, what's wrong? What's happening? It's like your body's speaking to you. Your body's trying to release an emotion, and it wants to be seen and it wants to be released.
Yeah.
And so when we kind of like reframe our life like that, instead of trying to run away from these uncomfortable feelings constantly, so much magic can happen. And that's why I love this detox, because it's not just a physical detox. Like it's an emotional, spiritual. And by the end of 10 days, I'm like, you guys are going to see where your addictions are. You're going to feel so empowered. Like you find out real fast what you're addicted to when you're doing some sort of detox, because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm addicted to this thing. Like it controls a lot of my time, it really allows you to like put a
microscope.
Yeah. Microscope. I was going to say microphone because we're talking to microphones. It really allows you to put like a microscope on your life and like what foods you're addicted to. Like a lot of people are going to struggle getting off sugar and caffeine. And so that's going to come up hard. Yeah. And carbs. So that's going to come up hard in their detox. And I'm like, surrender into it. So I go in to Sanctuary Wellness. They have a new location in Southern Utah. So I go in and do 2 to 4 hours almost every day for the next 10 days.
Wow.
So this is going to be like consuming for me. You can do this at work. Like my mom has done it at work. A lot of my friends do it while they're working. For me, I need this so badly. And I know there's going to be so much transformation. Like I can't wait in 10 days to like see
it's going to be a whole new
new human I am. Like Jalynn 2025.
I mourn the parasites when they leave, because I'm like, man, I have kept you alive for God knows
You're
how many
welcome.
years. How many years? You might have been here for 30. No, I think I killed out the big ones, but yeah, it's an intense process.
It's very intense.
I get so emotionally delusional on parasite die off that it's I don't really function well.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it's like every 30 minutes to an hour I just cry. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, the parasites want sugar, but I'm
They
trying.
do.
I'm like, they want food and they want me to not cry anymore.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, parasites live off of, food and sugar and all those things. So the specific parasite cleanse I'm doing, it is designed to not only support your body, but it's also designed to kill them off, because you have to kill them
and
to
their
get
eggs.
them out and to pull them out. So you want to do a couple cycles of it, because like you said, the eggs. So when they die off, they can lay the eggs and then they will hatch.
Yeah.
So you want to do several cycles of this. And the other important thing, I just feel like I have to say, because we're talking about this, your detox pathways have to be open, and you have to do an enema during parasite cleansing. I cannot stress this enough, because if you have die off and things are dying and they're not properly releasing from your body, it's just circulating in your system and it can make you very sick. So I have a free guide on my website if you want to go grab it. It just guides you through like opening your detox pathways, because that is the number one thing. If you've heard of someone getting sick during like a cleanse or a detox, it's because their pathways are not open and it's not properly releasing from their body. So especially with parasites, I literally will not, like, you cannot do it without an enema. And I know that sounds scary, but it's not. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Like water enema, super simple. It does not, like, the piece you put up your bum is way smaller than what comes out of you.
Oh, wow.
It's way smaller than a poop. So everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to put like a little thing. I'm like, it's way smaller than like what comes out of you. So
yeah. Is it parasites that come out?
Well, I'm saying like pooping.
Yeah, poop.
Like the insert that goes up is smaller than the poop you let out every day.
How big is it?
So it's like tiny.
Oh yeah, I've had.
You put okay.
I've had something bigger up there, so you know what? Oh shit.
But you know what I mean? Like that's I think that's people's fear. And in the chat, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, I just did a practice one and it was so easy." I'm like, I'm telling you guys,
it's easy.
Like everyone gets so intimidated by that part, but you can't even fill anything, and you'll barely be able to feel the water going in. But you have to be, that stuff has to be happening, because you need to like be pulling that out. The first time I did a parasite cleanse, I did not do an enema. I was so sick. I was so bloated. And I messaged the girl and I was like, can I do an enema? And she's like, no, just maybe wait. But my body was just like, you need to do an enema.
Oh,
and
wow.
I did an enema and so much came out. And
oh
so
my gosh.
Some people, like, our bodies aren't fully capable of just like flushing that out all on its own. So what the enema in the water is doing is going up and it's circulating and like pulling anything that has died off.
Yeah.
You do not want that stuff circulating in your body. Like the heavy metals, the parasite, anything. You do not want that stuff staying stuck in your body and circulating at all. So
I think last year I did a big parasite cleanse, like really intentional one. And here's the thing is like my problem with directions is they don't tell you why. They just say, take it this amount for this many. And I'm like, but why am I doing this? So I'll be honest, I skipped out on one of them.
Yeah.
And it was a binder. And I'm like, why?
The most important one.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I actually like I mean, this is TMI too much, but my gut was so fucked up from the parasite cleanse.
Yeah.
That I thought I was going to have to be hospitalized because I was so dehydrated.
I mean, I believe it.
And I ate anything I ate or drank, I'd poop it out within minutes. Like
that's crazy.
Within a minute, it would just go.
So do you think you got that? What is it called? It's something when it's not like it's not releasing, because that's what the binder does, is pull stuff out.
Yeah, and then someone's like, "Well, you need the binder." I was like, why would they not just say that in the directions? Like, why? You know? So I'm stubborn. So I'm like, yeah, I'll make my own direction. That's my problem too, is I never do anything right because I make my own directions.
Like, this is something you want to follow directions on, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know which one you did, directions, but it's very intentional. What I love about theirs is we focus on a different organ every day. So there's like a whole saying of like dropping into your body and working with that certain organ. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're releasing parasites from that organ, but that's the focus for that day. Like there's one day we focus on the heart, there's one day we focus on the brain, and they have a whole list of like journaling. And I mean, it's very, very, very intentional. And that is why I love this one so much, because it's not just like, here, do a parasite cleanse. It's like you are dropping into your body, you're listening to your body, and you're actually releasing a lot. And that's why I think it's so effective. Your
sessions one day.
I'll probably do it again, because you have to.
Yeah,
in general,
I'm taking a break.
Yeah, you want to do like 30 to 40 days total to kill all the cycles.
Yeah.
So you're killing the eggs, you're killing the mamas, you want to just kill off everything.
The whole family, just a whole giant grieving process.
The whole family tree.
I mean, what people don't realize too with cancer, so many root causes of cancer being traced back to parasites, MS, dementia, Alzheimer's.
Also, did you read, I keep seeing this one pop up, hip replacements.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, I've been reading a few medical research reports on ivermectin related to killing parasites.
Yeah.
Related to cancer, and like it's actually curing people.
Yeah, I've taken a couple rounds of that before.
Yeah, me too. I'm never getting cancer, and I didn't take it for cancer, but I took it because I had COVID.
Woo woo.
Woohoo! Never again.
All right.
Wait,
that's enough.
it?
That's enough talk about parasites. Gross. But on that, we'll put in the show notes if you guys want to look at the cleanse I'm doing.
Yeah, let's link your cleanse, and
we'll link the cleanse.
When's the next community roundabout? Would you guide one without going through it with them?
Maybe. They do offer monthly chats, I believe.
Oh.
So I'm doing it just for my people. I'm not doing it for the company. Does that make sense?
So that's really cool that you're leading out a group on this. Like, that's really beautiful.
I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but I've done it enough. And also I believe there's just so much healing in community. I prefer to do stuff with someone. It's it's more enjoyable.
It is.
And we can all send our worm pictures to each other. People have already released parasites. 2 people released parasites already without taking anything yet.
How big were they?
So, I mean, they were good size.
I had a little baby one come out today.
Yeah, I mean, our bodies are capable of doing it, but at the level we're exposed to and the buildup and all that stuff and American food and water and our air, like, I just think, I mean, a lot of countries deworm twice a year. So it's just madness that people are acting like, I mean, when my reels went viral last time for the parasite cleanse, oh, I got so much hate for that too, because everyone's like, you're American, you don't need to be parasite cleansing.
I'm a doctor.
Serious?
I'm a doctor. You shouldn't be doing this. Okay, you went to like the worst education in the world. Good luck. Bye.
I believe people's lived experience over a piece of paper. Sorry.
Yeah, people are like fact. I'm like, well, I actually believe intuition over.
Oh, I was gonna say that was the meme I was thinking of. Cite your sources. Feminine intuition, bitch.
Yeah, I know. I was telling people that during COVID, and I was like,
use your intuition and stop listening to everything.
Yeah, my intuition was like, don't get the vaccine.
Yeah, same.
And people, it's interesting because the left was like, you don't support women, and I'm like, wait a second, isn't the most divine part of a woman their intuition? But yet you're calling me wrong.
Well, and also, what happened to my body, my choice?
Yeah,
only when it's convenient to your narrative.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that's
but both sides do the same thing.
Oh, right, totally.
It's
there's so much contradiction. Is that the right word?
But it's like the right is pro-life, yet where's the mental and emotional, spiritual health of your children and your own family dynamics?
Yeah.
Oh, emotions are your baby for having emotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you're not really pro-life.
Yeah.
You're pro
how it fits into your narrative.
Exactly how it fits. So yeah, okay, that's a whole nother podcast. But yeah, this has been beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a process. 10 days and then 3-day post. So it's 16 days total. That's like a half a freaking month.
What can they subscribe to your newsletter to learn more about parasites?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be sending out a ton of info, but on my bio or in my Instagram, I have 2 highlight bubbles, one called 10-day. That's like the 10-day detox I'm doing. And then one that's called parasites. And I have so much amazing, incredible information in there, down to how parasites can be linked to like generational trauma. I mean, I have so much information there. It's so good. So go check, if you're curious, go check out that highlight bubble, and we'll link the kit in the notes too. And this is an at-home kit. You do not have to like go in person anywhere like I am. I am doing the colonics in person, so you can do that if you want, but the at-home kit has everything you need to do it at home, including the enema kit.
So badass.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh.
And honestly, my body knows it's coming. I have felt so sluggish and I'm so inflamed. Like I'm gaining weight so fast and I'm eating perfect, so clean. So my body knows it's coming.
Your body's like, yeah, it's holding on.
Yeah.
It's screaming.
My parasites are literally screaming at me.
Don't kill us! No, you love us. You love us.
No, I don't freaking love them. I'm ready for them to be gone.
Demon entity.
Like sucking all my energy and my food.
Okay,
goodbye.
And kids, ADHD, all this stuff that is going on with their behavioral stuff, like parasites.
Yeah,
like
we use the Z light with my kids, and I've seen parasites come out of Dash. I haven't seen Char, but they also don't tell me every time they go to the bathroom. I don't like check anything.
Where's your Jalynn in her house? Where's your poop? Where did you take a picture of this?
Why did you not get me?
She's got a whole bathroom full of poop
I'm not that
pictures.
crazy.
No, she's crazy. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't have.
I'm ciphering I'm gonna be sending you my worms.
She's an almond.
You asked for it.
I want to see your worms. Yeah, I'll clean them off a little bit. I would love to see a long worm.
Okay, but a lot of them don't come out like because we're eating like nothing.
Oh yeah,
it literally is clear coming out. It's clear water with worms.
Oh cool.
So I had a 2-footer last time.
Oh my gosh, girl.
I shit you not.
Okay, so next time you have a 2-footer, I want you to put on your hand.
Ew, I'm not holding it. It's so gross.
No, I want you to put on your finger and all the way up your arm so I can see it in reference to
I had a nest last time too. It was like that big.
Nest?
A nest.
Do you have a photo?
Yeah.
Can you show it to me?
Yeah, I'll show it to you after.
Okay, I'm excited.
Or unless you want reactions right now.
Do you guys want? Yes, they want reactions.
Just kidding.
They just told me.
You're like, ugh. You start gagging.
Okay, wait. Pull it up. They want reactions now. They gotta see.
Shit. Okay, I literally have a parasite.
They gotta see it. You're just gonna hear about it because.
I mean, these are literally.
Oh, where's the nest? Oh, that's a big one.
I have so many of these.
Girl, I need to see this big mother fricker.
Okay, here's this. Look at all those are gallstones.
Holy moly,
you can literally go through all that. Those were at home. I know this looks so disgusting.
Is that the kidney one?
So disgusting.
Is that the kidney?
Kidney stones?
No, I swear there was like a kidney parasite or something that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The thick ones, you know?
Liver fluke?
Yes, that's it.
Liver fluke. I'm trying to find. So I didn't put all my first ones in here, but I had some massive. Oh, this was the nest.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you can just see that hole. You can see that.
So tell us what a nest is.
So a nest is basically a ton of like baby tapeworms, like a ton of them.
Baby tapeworms.
You can see there's a ton in there. So I sent it to Erin, who's the owner of Sanctuary, and she's like, "Girl, that is a huge nest." And that just comes out on its own.
Next month I'm doing.
I'll do it. If you do it, I'll do it with you again.
A whole month? Do we need to wait like 30 days?
Well, yeah. So you do it over the full moon. So we'd wait. Once I end, it would be 4 weeks later. So it would be technically.
Okay. When you can go again, I want to go.
Okay.
I'm down to do.
I'm down to do several rounds because I need to kill off everything. I'm like done with this.
I'm fucking done. Enough is enough. Are you guys ready to make millions? Are you ready to change your life?
Wait, who are you talking to? The parasites or the people?
The people.
Oh, look at this. Look at that tapeworm.
Isn't that what they do in those infomercials? Wow, that's a big one.
I follow this girl on social media, and she has a picture or a video of one of her clients, her kids using the zeolite spray. She had someone have one alive still. It was trying to crawl up the freaking toilet. Dead ass serious.
Oh my gosh, I've seen one in a cat's nose.
Oh my gosh.
There's a parasite coming out because they did a parasite cleanse on their cat.
Yeah, gross.
Well, that's right.
But I will say, don't stress because it is. I mean, they've done thousands of cleanse with people, and it's never alive. That's like so not.
Yeah, that's
common.
Rare.
Because you're killing them, like with the tinctures and the binder, you're killing them off, and then with the enema, you pull them out. So don't stress about live things crawling out of your booty. I had a parasite come out of my nose last time. That was the first.
Oh my gosh!
It was like about that big.
Oh my gosh.
Nasty.
I feel like I want to sneeze right now. Oh my.
Okay, let's change the subject.
Well, there's no other subject. That's it. That's
other subject?
Oh wait, is there another subject?
I don't know. What else do you have going on this week? Anything that you want to share?
No, I just feel like I feel good. Like even though I know I was like, oh, it hasn't been like easy.
Yeah.
I really do feel like my day to day is much easier than most people. Like I really do have quite a peaceful life.
Yeah.
But it's still like these lessons that keep coming and coming, and I'm like, can I just like breathe?
Yeah.
I always say to the universe, because I'm single, I'm like, can you at least give me these lessons with like an orgasm that I'm loving, like with someone else, not
A
my own
partner.
doing? Like just like at minimum, like can that just be in the equation? Because yeah, I think that would be more enjoyable with the lessons,
I want that for you too.
But then that would just be another lesson.
True.
Right now,
You just have
right?
more lessons in a relationship.
Yeah, I'm like, do I really want another one? Okay, maybe I just wait a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no hard, but it feels like things are shifting. And I think what I've noticed is the people I'm connecting with are much more collaborative and creative, and they're not in this like poverty mindset. And
Yeah.
you can be, I mean, the guy I dated last year he owned multiple multi-million dollar homes, right? He was extremely wealthy.
Yeah.
And he had a poverty mindset, right? A scarcity. He was like, we had to go to the shittiest grocery store, buy everything on sale, and that's how we made his meals. And I'm like, bro, you live in like a multi-million dollar house, but
It's fascinating.
it's fascinating because instead of
to
like
see where
buying
people's
quality
like
or
traumas are showing up.
yeah, and so I think we can often look like, oh, they have a car, they have a house, they have these things, they're abundant, and it's like actually that's not. A lot of them aren't abundant. They're living
Yeah.
in scarcity day to
Yeah.
day. And abundance is this, I have enough and I'm going to expand it into my other relationships. It's like abundance of time. Like people are like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for this. It's like I want people who have the abundance of some time to like co-create
Yeah.
and they're wanting to share, whether it's share knowledge or
Mhm.
even resources like trading. Like I just want to be in this expansive culture. And I feel like the last few weeks I've just found more and more
Yeah.
like-hearted people.
Yeah. The connections.
Yeah.
I introduced Baytop to the rest of my friend group.
Yeah, they're cool.
So I need to jive with them.
They're really cool. I liked them.
I think we just continue to keep building community.
Yeah, I feel like you've cultivated a really beautiful group of humans.
Yeah, I have some cool people.
Yeah.
I do. And I'm grateful. I've learned so much from every single person in my life. And something I love about my friendships is like a lot of them, like I won't see them for like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that we can pick up right where we left off and realize like that we all have our own path and things are going on. I mean, there's sometimes that I become so like introverted but like in a recluse way.
Yeah.
And I just like need to be. And so it's really cool just to have people that can hold space for that and relationships that don't crumble if you don't see them for a couple months.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate those relationships. But then I also like I love that we text all the time and we are all like sharing these learnings with each other all the time. Like I love that.
Me too.
Because that used to be Sonder and now I don't have to bug him anymore. Because I know it's not bugging you.
No, it's not bugging me because I'm
like,
sharing the
I
same.
love it. And I like I thrive having like a person that I can bounce ideas off of and like send quotes to, whether it's funny or serious or whatever. Like I just love that shit.
Yeah.
And I have never found anyone that I can just do that with all day. So
well, it's me. Hello.
It's me. Hi.
I know. I feel so grateful. I know.
Me too.
I just said, leaving your house last night, I just felt so much gratitude for our friendship. And
me too.
Like I just know that we're gonna grow together, and it makes me want to cry again because it's like we're growing together.
Yeah,
like this is
the type of stuff that we need to have going forward. And I hope this is the type of friendships that you guys seek, like friendships that are mutual in a way that it's expansive. Like I think we're getting past the point of having relationships just to have them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I can't be around people who can't be expansive or think expansive. Like I physically cannot do it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm better than anyone. That's not it. It's just a different energy. And I think the energy we want to move into is this expansive energy and people who are going to uplift you and help you grow and challenge you and
question.
Yeah.
Like I think that's something we do is we're like, I don't know if I believe that, right?
Yeah.
It's we don't believe the same thing.
But I love that it doesn't have to be like, no, this is the truth.
I'm never talking to her again.
Yeah, I love that we can take a neutral standpoint, because it's like, I'll just use this funny example. We have joked around about like the flat earth theory.
Oh yeah.
And like, none of us are stuck on it. We're not like, no, this is the answer. But we're like, if we see something, we're like, oh, this is an interesting point with the flat earth theory.
Yeah.
And then I'll see something like this girl that I follow that, does her channeling or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting too. But it's like, I love friendships or people that can stay in that middle ground. And it's not like, no, this has to be the answer, or you're a bad person, or like, you have to believe this, or I can't be friends with you. Just expansion.
One of my favorite things to do is when someone has a really strong belief,
just poke at it.
Well, even if my belief is the same, I'll actually oppose them. And I know that
devil's advocate.
Someone called me dogmatic. I think that was it the other day. And I'm like, I guess maybe I am.
Yeah, but that's how you know if you connect with that person, if they want to argue with you, or if they're like, yeah, it could.
I know for a fact, for a fact about anything, because I don't fucking know shit. I don't know anything. So that's.
Yeah, we're human. Nobody actually knows anything.
Yeah.
And if people are throwing science at you, science is supposed to be always evolving. Science is not like a dead end. It is literally an evolving thing. So when people are like, show me the science, I'm like, science is actually like 10 years behind.
Yeah.
And well, it's always evolving.
Thousands of years.
Yeah. So we should be able to question everything, because that's what science is questioning things and moving on, like evolving. So it's funny that people have used this. See, here's another one.
Yeah, it's fun. I think I don't know if it was like the Yoga of Discipline or one of these books in my like yoga teacher training. I'm a yoga teacher. I don't ever plan to teach yoga in my life, but whatever. And in the book though, they talk about how this is a true story, like this Nobel Prize winner for some scientific research won this award, and he found out that the monks in like Nepal had known this knowledge for like 2,000 years.
Oh my gosh.
But it just shows like this intuitive, heartfelt knowing of like telepathy and quantum jumping. These people had to come into their ego and their mind and their blah, 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 and it took them 2,000 years to learn what they learned. Like,
yeah, I think the knowledge we have on Earth right now is so much further advanced than what we're seeing.
Yeah, we're seeing the superficial ego mind knowledge.
And I think there's going to be a lot of breakthroughs with that in the next 2 years, as far as like AI goes and all these things. Don't be afraid.
The cure for cancer exists, and it's for sure. It's existed our entire lives, and it's being hidden.
Well, and how many doctors who have a cure or an answer have died on a plane crash?
Exactly.
Or have unalived themselves, or you know what I mean? Like, if you really take a step back, and this should not be a conspiracy theory, if you take a step back and look, like, we have the answers. They're just being hidden because it would literally crumble
the pharmaceutical.
Yes.
Billions and billions. Yeah, I mean, so much of Western medicine has like cured cancer, and there's so many. Eastern medicine's great to some degree, but cancer's like, it's not just cancer. It's like a root. There's root causes are going unaddressed, and it just blows my mind that all these truths are hidden. I mean, it doesn't really, because we're born for this time, but yeah.
We chose this, guys.
We chose
How does that make you feel?
How many times?
How does it make you feel?
I was going to say, the mailman's coming right now. And I was like, how many times have we seen the mailman already?
I know. I feel like 3 have come.
Yeah. Lots of mail.
Lots of mail.
All right. I'm hungry.
I know, I am too, actually. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for another sesh. I don't like that saying either. That was weird. Okay.
I kind of like it.
Okay. Hey, guys. Thanks for another sesh.
Shush.
Live,
laugh, love.
Love.
You did it again.
Repeat. Love, laugh, repeat.
Guys, we can't get our own thing down, so don't expect us. It's gonna be different every time.
What is it?
I can't remember now that you said live, laugh, love. That's like the cheesy sign in every. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
awaken, expand, laugh, repeat.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Did I get it?
You did. Good job.
Damn. We're going to get it.
Okay,
By
Jalynn,
episode 20, we will have this figured out.
and if we make it, when we make it to 21, we're going to celebrate, because only 80% of podcasts fail by like the 5th episode, and by the 21st, 80% of that 10% fail.
Dang, we're gonna make it.
So we're gonna make it. We're
here
like
to use
chatting.
our voices. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. If things resonate with you or if it's helped you, please leave us a review, because that helps.
Inbox us, message us, send us little audio notes. We like those ones too.
Okay. Thanks for joining in.
Much love.
Bye.